to look good, feel good. And I am super excited to go through this workshop with you all today. Before I get into it, I want to thank you all for being here, for giving yourself this time. And I would love to know what made you want to attend today's workshop. So just really quickly, in a sentence, what are you hoping to get from today's workshop? What was it about this particular topic that appealed to you? Let me know in the chat box right now. That will give another few people a chance to join us, so let us know why. Let me know. You're curious to know whether how you dress still influences people. Yeah, times are changing. Does this kind of stuff even still matter? Good point. Brilliant. I will let you know. Tell me, why are you here? Yes, I'm here. Can everyone hear me? We are the cities asking if I'm still here. Okay, nope, they're back. They can hear me. I'm all good. You want to know how to look presentable online? I froze for a second. That might be this win, but hopefully everything will be okay now. How to quickly put outfits together. Oh my gosh, I've got you. I'm going to give you a formula. It's literally as easy as 1, 2, 3 or 3, 2, 1, whichever way you want to say it. You want some fresh ideas. Even before COVID, you didn't really know what to wear. Yes, how to mix and match. One's just a little bit of a reboot. Can you have how can you have an identity without color? Brilliant. Okay, so many good things. So let me kick off us today. First of all, how to use more stuff from your wardrobe. Oh my gosh, exactly. Why do we get stuck in a rut? So I imagine that a lot of you, and as you can see, you're here because you want to know how to easily put things together, how to feel good in the clothes that you've got, how to wear more of the clothes that you have, how to just have a little bit of some fresh ideas. Some of you will identify with the fact that even before COVID, we were not necessarily loving everything in our wardrobes. And exactly, we want to feel good and we want to look good in the clothes that we have. Do these things still matter? Yes, they absolutely do still matter. It will always matter. We will always form first impressions about people when we first meet them. What we do with that information depends on us. It does not make us a judgmental human being. It just makes us perfectly human. It is impossible to not make a first impression about someone, or for somebody to not make a first impression about you when they first meet you. It's impossible for that to not happen because that's how our brains are formulated. The primary function of our brain is to protect us. And so very quickly, within the first few seconds that we meet anyone, we are trying to work out friend or foe, fight or flight. And we will just use the very limited information that we have in front of us to be able to work that out. So within the first few seconds, it's not even a conscious thought at all. It's completely instinctive. It's completely primal. Should I cross the road? Is that person okay? And of course, we're going to use the way they present themselves to help us to make that kind of decision. And then within the first 7 seconds that we meet someone, after that initial primal first few seconds where we're not even really thinking about it, the first 7 seconds, we end up making approximately 11 assumptions about someone. So we will look at them and we will start to assume how confident we think they are, how friendly we think they are, how successful we think they are, how educated we think they are, how much potential they have, all of these kinds of things. Within seconds, we start to assume. Where do we get that information from? From the way that people hold themselves, their body language, the way that they look, and of course, the way that they present themselves. So does it matter? Yes. But what I'm even more passionate about is the impact that what we wear has on ourselves. I am so fascinated and I feel so strongly about how what we wear and how we dress changes the way that we feel. Now tell me the truth inside of the chat box. Have you ever had an outfit that when you put it on, you just felt like amazing, right? You put on this new outfit, or the hairdresser blow dried your hair in a way that was extra bouncy, or you got a new pair of shoes and you just were like, oh my God, look at these shoes. Have you ever put something on and you felt like so sassy or sexy or powerful or strong? You saw your reflection in the window and you were just like, yeah. And I know that if any one of you has ever had a dress with pockets, you've all had that feeling. What is it about a dress with pockets that instantly makes us feel like a freaking badass? We put on that dress and we're like, it has pockets. I'm like so sassy. Same as a jumpsuit. There's something about jumpsuits, when you get it right, the perfect jumpsuit is like so sassy until you have to go pee. And then it's anything but sassy when you're sitting there very vulnerably on the toilet. But until that point, we all know that feeling, right? So yes, it was a long time ago, but you have had that feeling. Exactly. You haven't had that feeling for a long time. I hear this all the time, that I used to have that feeling, but I haven't felt that way in ages, or it was just one item, or I don't know how to replicate it. If I asked you, which I'm asking you, does everything in your wardrobe make you feel that way? I'm pretty sure the answer is no. In my experience now working with hundreds of women, not everything in your wardrobe makes you feel that way, but that's what I want for you. I want you to know how to get that feeling inside of you, because when you have that feeling, let me tell you, and this, let me just first of all say that I have worked with hundreds of men now as well, and image is always a part of what I talk about. So this is not about being woman, but I will say this. When a woman has that feeling, when we access that part of us that like ignites that sexy, sassy, strong, powerful part of us, we are freaking unstoppable. We become so magnetic that it is incredibly powerful. But we have not had that feeling inside of us for so long that we can sometimes feel really disconnected from it. And so why does this happen? Why do we get in this rut? First of all, our bodies change, right? As we get older, our bodies start to change. We start to not feel good necessarily in the clothes that we have. I don't know about you, but this last year, I literally don't fit into a lot of the clothes that I have, which of course isn't going to make me feel amazing. So as your bodies change through kids, weight, age, whatever it is, you start to get more conscious. You don't feel as comfortable. We're busy. Right? We're so busy juggling all of the things that we have to do. And so it's very easy to make us the bottom of our list of things to do. I bet you anything, those of you who have children, you will make sure your kids look amazing. Say you were going out, you'd make sure that they were together, you'd make sure that they looked great, you'd make sure that everything was sorted, and then you leave yourself this itty bitty time to quickly throw something on, right? We're so busy putting everybody else first, and we, as women particularly, are the bottom of our list so often that we don't really have time. So we then just grab the same thing that we always wear, or we grab something that this will do. Does anyone ever have that? You put it on and you've got that, oh, this will do kind of feeling about it. So we grab that thing and we just throw it on. We have, you know, we just think we don't have the time for it. I've also heard like a lot of women, tell me if you relate to this, feel guilty because you feel like it's frivolous, like spending time on you, getting ready and making yourself look good. There's so many more important things that you could be doing with that time. And so you don't really want to spend that time on you because of some weird like guilt, like we're supposed to be doing something for everybody else like all the time, which is ridiculous. I'm here to tell you, because remember what we just said, when you've got that feeling, I said, have you ever had that feeling that you feel really sassy in what you're wearing, you feel sexy, you feel strong, you feel confident, you've got mojo? Aren't you better for everyone else when you feel that way? Aren't you just on it when you feel that way? You're funnier, you're quicker, you're more confident, you know what to do, you feel more resilient, you feel more powerful, you feel like nothing can touch you. You're better for everyone when you feel that way. So it's not true that it isn't important that we take time for ourselves, because when you show up as the best version of you, you're better for everybody else in your life, right? So that's another reason why a lot of people fall into a rut, because they actually feel guilty. They also feel guilty spending money on themselves. Tell me in the chat box if that relates to you, right? Let me know if you've ever not blinked an eye spending, I don't know, like 50 quid on a pair of shoes for your child, or 100 pounds on this and this for your kids, but for you, oh, it's not necessary, right? You feel guilty when you spend money on you, but you don't feel guilty when you're spending money on other people. I see that very often. Let me know if that relates to you. And of course, we get into a very comfortable rut. And of course, this last year did not help anything, okay? It did not help. I'm not gonna lie to you, these little tootsies have not seen a heel in like literally over a year, and I'm not really sure how it's gonna be possible. Although that's not actually entirely true. There were a couple times I put heels on inside the house just to deliver a presentation because I know that it actually makes me feel so much more sassy, but I didn't have to walk very far. I just had to stand here and even just sit in them, and it completely changed my energy, changed my mood. I did it for me, but I haven't had to walk very far in them. So we'll see what happens when we actually have to leave the house. But we know that we get into this rut, right? And the less you do it, the less you know, the less you want to do it, the less you feel good doing it. You know, I had a client who came and worked with me who, when she came to me, you know, we spoke about all of these things. She had all of these things. And her exact words were, I don't know when I started to be so beige, when I started to just sort of disappear into the background and not feel shiny and sparkly and not be shiny and sparkly. And so that is what I want, for us to get out of this clothing rut and to have easy ways of not just looking good, because yes, impressions matter. Yes, we want to communicate to the world who we are and what we're capable of. Yes, we want to make it easy for people to get a sense of who we are, but we want to feel good. We want that mojo, and you absolutely can get it from the outside in. When you make your outside look good, you can feel it on the inside. There is so much research that proves. I'm going to come into this in a moment in more detail. So before I get into it, just very quickly, in case anyone has never met me before, I'm Jodi, and I come from South Africa originally. I have been here for probably around 16 years living in London, and I've been helping women to look and feel beautiful for 20 years. It's something that, in fact, to be honest, more than that, because I was always that friend, right? I was always the friend that people wanted to go shopping with. I was always the one who was pushing my friends out of their comfort zone and making them try things and, you know, doing their makeup. And then I qualified as a makeup artist, and I was doing that whilst I was doing my degree and then lecturing at a college in communication science. So during the week, I was lecturing communication science, and then on the weekends, I was doing makeup because I loved both things. And then when I came to the UK, I was then able to I then got into my own clothing right when I started working in an office, and I started to work in corporate, and I was working in very male-dominated environments and very corporate environments. And slowly but surely, I lost my spark, and I started to wear the black cardigan, and I started to wear the black trousers and this will do top, and I started to really just blend into the background completely, and I lost my spark, and I lost my confidence, and I lost my mojo, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And then I met an image consultant, and she reminded me how important these things were, and I also then decided I'm going to figure this out for myself, because you know, it needed to be easy. I wanted to figure things out. And so I studied to be an image consultant, and I was delivering leadership programs for some world-renowned companies, some award-winning companies. I was delivering leadership programs around communication science, but I started to bring in the image, because it wasn't enough to just communicate like a leader. You also needed to look like a leader. So I started to combine all of these things. And 10 years ago, I started my own business as a personal impact coach, where I focus on confidence, clothing, communication, and connection. Those are the 4 areas that I help people with one-to-one during one-to-one coaching and within businesses. And it all came together through my background in leadership training, communication, and image. And it all has come together that those are the 4 areas that I really help people with. But what you also need to know about me is that I'm notoriously lazy. I like literally notoriously lazy. Things have to be so easy. I am never going to be one of those people that spend hours getting ready in the morning. That's why I had to figure out how to master my curls, because I'm not going to blow dry this, no way. So I had to figure it out, and I learned how to master the curls because that was so much easier. And now they're like part of my signature look. And I'm a genius at finding really easy ways of doing things. So can everyone hear me? Can you just let me know in the chat box that you all can still hear me? Everyone's still there. You all can hear me. Everything's good. Yeah, okay, fine. I was just making sure that it wasn't fine. Okay, good. Okay, good. I was suddenly like, maybe Ellie's trying to phone me and tell me she can't hear me. Yeah, so notoriously lazy. I like to find easy ways of doing things, and that's why I want to share with you guys the system that I created. There's actually 2 systems that I'm going to share with you that have made things so easy. But I also knew that from an early age that what we wear matters. When I asked you, have you ever had an outfit that made you feel sassy? If you see me over there, that little girl who's about, I don't think I'm about like 7 in that picture, you see those little yellow shoes with the little yellow bow? That is the first time that I actively remember, to this day, I remember an item of clothing making me feel like sassy and cool and like just changing the way that I felt on the inside. It was those little yellow shoes. I put them on and I don't know what it was about those shoes. I was just like, oh, I'm like the coolest, and I love them, and they made me feel so good. And then I lost it, as I told you. When I started working in corporate, I lost it. And then I found it again. And now in my 40s, I know exactly what I need to put on to feel that way again. Do I do it every single day? Full disclosure, no. Of course, you're sometimes going to find me covered in dog hair on the sofa eating salted caramel ice cream. It happens. Of course it does. But do I know what to do when I want to feel my best, when I want to feel that power, when I want to show up and be seen? I know exactly what to do. And that's what I want to share with you guys today. So the 3 things that I want to share with you, the secret backed by science as to why some things look good in you and some things don't. And by the way, it's got nothing to do with whether or not you are thin enough, pretty enough, tall enough, old enough, young enough, any of those things. We always think we're too something, and that's not the truth. I'm going to tell you why some things look good on you and some things don't. And it's got nothing to do with you not being good enough in any way, shape, or form. Number 2, I want to give you 3 ways that you are going to get out of that wardrobe Groundhog Day today. 3 things that you can start doing immediately to get out of that wardrobe Groundhog Day. And number 3, I'm going to share with you the 3-2-1 formula to create outfits with ease. Stylish outfits, you always will look amazing. You just literally follow the 3-2-1 formula and it's going to be done for you. So that's what I want to share with you. Can I get a yes, please in the chat box? And then we're going to kick this off because there's lots of stuff I want to share with you today. I need a yes, please. Yes, please. Yoo-hoo! Let's do it. Okay, I love it. Loving the energy. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. So, number 1 is the secret why some things suit you and some things don't. Why some things look good and other things don't. And as I said, it has got nothing to do with you being too anything. I used to think that I was not pretty enough to wear florals and to wear like, you know, these really pretty, soft, like flowy, very feminine things. Like, I'm just not pretty enough. And the truth is, those things, when I wear them, they don't make me look pretty. That is the truth. But it's not because I'm not pretty enough. It's because those just aren't my things. Those aren't the things that make me look my most beautiful. As much as I love them, when I put them on, they don't make me look good. And that has got nothing to do with me not being pretty enough. So when I learned the secret, now I told you I studied image consulting. So I learned the traditional ways. I learned color analysis with the draping method. I've learned, you know, body shape analysis, face shape analysis. There's the seasonal method with, you know, summer, winter, autumn. There's so many different things out there. And I just found, though, in my experience of now working with hundreds and hundreds of people, that first of all, it was quite complicated. And secondly, there was something that wasn't connecting. When you're taught to be an image consultant, you look at someone and you go, these are your colors. And then this is your face shape. And then this is your body shape. And then this is your like style, right? And you kind of like have it all separate. But I was finding that that wasn't working because we need to look at someone and we need to, and sometimes I'd look at their colors and then it would technically these would be their colors, but it still wasn't working correctly on people. And so I did more research and I went way back to like the 50s when these things were first developed and first started, and I did tons and tons of research. Plus, because of my passion for psychology and communication science, I like the brain very much. And so I realized that there's a way that our brain is processing people and the way that our brain is processing the way that we look, and that's influencing what we actually look good in. And so it's got nothing to do with you not being to anything. It's just that not everything looks good. Not everything looks good on everyone. And when you know this, you realize, wait a minute, if I just wear the things that I'm supposed to wear, I will look my most beautiful. So what is that? Let me tell you. So first of all, I want to just introduce you to Giulietta. So Giulietta, when she started working with, my system is called Image Made Easy, as you can see in the corner. And when she came to Image Made Easy, honestly, the day before she found Image Made Easy, this is true, she was crying in a change room in Marks and Spencer's. I don't know if you've ever had that, where you are so frustrated because nothing fits and you hate everything, and you're just like looking in those horrible mirrors with that horrible lighting, and you're thinking you're all of the things, and you just get so overwhelmed and so upset. And this was Giulietta. She was literally crying in a change room in Marks and Spencer's because she was trying on yet another black pencil skirt for work, because she thought that she had to wear black in order to look thinner. She thought that you had to be a certain size in order to wear like color or other colors in certain prints. And so she always had to wear black, and she didn't like it, and nothing was fitting her, and she wasn't feeling good in it, and she was so frustrated. And so this was how she came to Image Made Easy. So I don't know if any of you have ever had that. Have any of you ever heard the story that black makes you look thinner and you have to wear black because of your body, and so you don't wear any colors because of that? Or has anyone ever told you that you don't suit a certain color? My mother told me for years that I don't suit yellow, as an example. Has anyone ever said to you don't suit a certain thing, and then you just never wear it? And who is that person? Like, do they actually know? Like, who are we listening to? I've heard people say, like, my partner won't let me cut my hair, or they like it when I do X, Y, Z, or they, one time someone said this and this, or, and I've heard people say it all the time, like, I'm not telling you that you actually can wear all the colors, because there are colors that I cannot wear, for sure. But yellow is not one of them. My mother was wrong, because yellow comes in so many different shades. So there is a kind of yellow that's right for me. There's a kind of everything that's right for everyone. What we have to understand is that which kind of color is right for you, which type of print is right for you. And so here's Giulietta thinking she has to wear black. She's here in polka dots, and it's just not right for her. So let me tell you the secret of how this works. First of all, faces are very special. There's a specific part of our brain called the fusiform gyrus that is literally, its sole purpose is for processing faces. That's all it does, is it looks at faces and it processes faces. Faces are incredibly important to us. And so there's a specific part of the brain that's specifically for facial processing. The second thing is that our faces are made up of very limited shapes. There are very limited combinations of shapes that every face has, every face. And even though no one is identical, even identical twins aren't identical, there's subtle differences between them. No one is exactly the same. We all have the same shapes, configuration of shapes and coloring, right? It's not like you don't get like green people, right? We're all in the same, there's all like a family of shades of coloring, and face as all come in a specific eyes, and noses all come in sort of specific shapes, right? So we have very specific shapes. And then the third thing is that our brain has a tendency to group things together. It groups things together and it sees patterns. And this is really important. So if you take a look at that little object down below, can you all see the triangle? Do you all see a triangle when you look at that? Right? Yeah, you can see a triangle. And there is no triangle there. There's no triangle. There's just three Pac-Men situated in specific places, but our eye will join those dots and see a triangle. It groups things together and it looks for the pattern. And that's what happens with our faces. When our features come together with our coloring, it forms a specific kind of character, and our brain fills in the blanks and it groups it together and it puts it into four main groups. Everyone's faces fall into four common looks that I have called, because I like things to be easy, ladybugs, dragonflies, moths, and honeybees. Ladybugs, moths, dragonflies, and honeybees. So if you take a look over here, you'll see what I'm talking about. If you look in this top corner over here, these are ladybugs. And even though every single one of these women look different, can you see how there's something a little bit similar about their look? Like they have a similar look to them, even though they're completely different. these are our ladybugs. They're cute and they're sparkly. And if you look at their facial features and facial coloring, even if they're darker skin tone, lighter skin tone, blonde, brunette, there's something similar about their look. And if you look at them and you compare them to the dragonflies, can you see how the dragonflies all have a similar look to each other, but look completely different to the ladybugs? Do you see that? They have a different kind of beauty. And then you look at the moths, and they all look similar to each other, different coloring, different all things, but there's something very similar about them, which is completely different to the ladybugs and the dragonflies, and then lastly, the honeybees. Similar to each other, but different to everyone else. Can you guys see that? Even if you can't understand why, because obviously there's a reason why, and it's based on their facial features, their facial coloring, and their facial character. And they all have specific predominant features that group them together in one of these groups. And actually, I believe that there's a primal reason, there's a very primal biological reason why we have these 4 exact groups that we find attractive for very different reasons, all very attractive, all beautiful, but different kind of beautiful. Can you guys see that? So what does this mean? It means that when you know what group you fall into, you then will know exactly why certain things look good in you and some things don't. So if you take a look here at Reese Witherspoon, who is of course stunning, on this side over here, on the left, she looks great. And this is an example of what I want you guys to just understand. I want you to think about this. Have you ever had a compliment where someone says, "I love that dress," versus "you look so great in that dress"? It's the difference between "I love that outfit" or "I love you in that outfit." So if we look over here at Reese on this side, she looks gorgeous and you may love this dress, but if you compare her to the one on the right, where she is wearing things that harmonize with her facial features in her coloring, her prints, her hair, her makeup that is best for her as a ladybug, you can see how much more sparkly she looks. Whereas on the other one, it does make her look a bit older. It makes her look a little bit more tired. It brings out the shadows under her eyes because it's not harmonizing with her facial features, facial coloring, and facial character. So it's got nothing to do with her not being beautiful enough. It just means she's a ladybug, and these solid, dark colors aren't as good on her as light and bright and playful colors are. Here we've got Kristen Stewart. I went blank on her name for a second. And you can see on the left in this busy print, this print is an example of a print wearing her. You could love this print, but this print does not love her because all I see is that print. It drains everything away from her face. So all you see is the print. And I hate to say, because can a really young girl look a little bit frumpy? She looks a little bit frumpy, right? Whereas on the other one, when she's wearing things on it in her coloring, her style, she looks so striking, right? That's so striking, it makes her pop because it's right for her. Another one, this is our moth. We take a look at, here we've got Anne, oh my God, what's her name? Byrne, what's her name? Oh my God, Rose Byrne. When you take a look at Rose Byrne over here, you could love this dress. Like I can see this dress looking amazing on a honeybee, like Beyonce as an example. So Beyonce is a honeybee. This dress, this gold lame dress would look amazing on her. Whereas here, it just drains her. Whereas if you look at her on the right, where she's wearing the softer muted colors, more feminine print, it's like, oh my God, she's so stunning. And that's because it looks right on her. It's harmonizing with her facial features, facial coloring, and facial character. So I want you to think about what are the things where you sparkle, not the clothes. Here we've got a honeybee example. So here we've got Julia Roberts, a honeybee. Not only a dragonfly can wear black and white. Only dragonflies can wear black and white and look amazing. Whereas on her, it makes her look so stern. It makes her look really hard-faced, like she's wearing a glamorous uniform. Whereas on the right, in her, that like rich blue with the pearls and her hair more sassy, she looks so sexy and so stunning. It's not because she's hard-faced, but because wearing the wrong thing makes her look hard-faced. You take Giulietta as an example, who thought she had to wear black. Meanwhile, black, she's a honeybee. Giulietta is a honeybee. Black, it does not look good on honeybees. Black only looks good on dragonflies and the occasional ladybug. So here she is wearing black, wearing polka dots, where this would be an example, oh, I love your dress. It's very trendy. It's fashionable, you know, polka dots are in. But it doesn't make you see her and make her look her best. Whereas if you put her in her honeybee print, here she is thinking she has to wear black. Look at her in color. The right colors, the right prints for her. Look at how stunning she looks. And I mean, there's another, look at her. Here was this woman who thought that she had to live in black and would wear these tiny little prints because she didn't want to be too much. And there she is. This is like same day. And she looks freaking amazing. And her confidence is just like boomed because she now knows it's not because she's too big. It's because she's a honeybee. She just needed to figure that out. And the wrong colors can be making you not see yourself in your full potential. So I want you to forget what you think you know about what you can and can't wear. Forget what you think you know about what you can and can't wear. And look at your clothes and think about which are the ones that make you sparkle, which are the ones that make you feel sassy, which are the ones where people go, you look gorgeous, not your clothes are gorgeous. And of course, if you want help with it, look at Image Made Easy. I'll tell you more about Image Made Easy at the end. And I'll give you this example of me, if you guys can see me, okay? You know, this is me in muted pink. This pink on someone else, not Giulietta either, she couldn't wear this either, but this pink on a moth would look so beautiful. They would look so sparkly and stunning. But on me, it's so draining. So I know if I put this on, I look in the mirror and I go, why am I so ugly? Like, why is my nose so big? Why is my face so, but when I wear my colors, I don't see those things because it's harmonizing. I will tell you how to recognize which type you are in a moment. Number 2. So if anyone has any questions. Oh, you can't see me. Well, I'll stop the thingy in a moment and show you. All right. So number 2 is getting out of your clothing Groundhog Day. Now I'm going to give you 3 practical things to do. So first of all, here's Rita. Look at her just by the way, because she is not a moth. This dress would look amazing on a moth. It's soft and it's floaty and it's muted. She is not. She's a dragonfly. That was the first thing. But anyway, but her thing was confidence. She had just got back to work after maternity leave, and she was doing a thing that I see a lot, tell me if you relate, and that is hiding behind your clothes, wearing things that make you a little bit invisible. She was kind of like, because her confidence was low. So she was wearing these baggy things and she was wearing kind of like muted colors, and which is would be fine if she was a moth, but she wasn't. So she was literally disappearing. And the other thing that she was doing, now tell me the truth, how many of you are wearing 20% of your wardrobe 80% of the time? Right? How many of you are wearing just the same things again and again? Again and again. Again and again. How many of you have things in your wardrobe that you haven't worn in the last year? Well, okay, the last year is not fair. Well, the last year is not fair. Let's go back to 2018-19. How many of you have things in your wardrobe that you hadn't worn even before there was a lockdown? I love that, Helen. Oh my God, I shop for a person who has a life I don't lead. I totally relate to that. I look at things all the time and I'm like, oh God, I love this. Where the hell am I going to wear it? So I'm going to stop you from doing things like that. So funny. I love that. Okay, so here's the 3 things. Number 1 is I want you to take the 2-week lipstick challenge. I know you're like, oh my God, really? I'm coming to talk to you here, all right? 2-week lipstick challenge. When I first put lipstick on, now it doesn't have to be bright red, okay? It does not have to be bright red, because remember what I just said, not all colors suit everyone. Everyone can wear red, just not the same red. So some people, it might be a soft muted red. Some people, it will be more of a rich, like brick red. Some people, Some people will look better in a pinky, purpley tone, right? So I'm not saying you have to wear red. I'm just saying put on lipstick for 2 weeks. Okay? And you should hopefully all be able to see me now because I've stopped sharing the slides. So when I first put lipstick on, I went to the office and someone commented. There was a guy in the office and he was like, "Oh, look at you wearing lipstick," because I had never really worn it before. And I went to the bathroom and I took it off. Does anyone ever relate to that? Like someone, you try something new, maybe it's like a bold print or it's a color or lipstick or whatever, and someone says something and immediately you feel really self-conscious and a bit silly and you kind of just like, ah, and I took it off. I went to the bathroom and I took it off and it was 2 years before I put red lipstick on again, which is crazy. Look at me. Can you imagine this face without this lipstick now? But I was so self-conscious, and that's why I know that this 2-week challenge, this 2-week lipstick challenge is incredibly powerful because it pushes you out of your comfort zone. So yes, lipstick will suit you, Lisa, if you find the right shade for you. There's a lipstick for everyone, and if you want to do gloss, you can do gloss. I'm just pushing you out of your comfort zone a little bit. So I want you to do something that is out of your comfort zone. And people will comment, and that's part of what this process is you getting used to standing out a little bit. And if it's not lipstick, if you're like, then maybe it's going to be a color you've never worn before or a print you've never worn before. But something that pushes you out of that comfort zone and you do it every day for 2 weeks. That's why lipstick's really easy because it's not like you're going to wear like leopard print every day for 2 weeks. And by the way, leopard print doesn't suit everyone. Okay, so just don't, it's like when you just, that's the first thing is we must find out and figure out what suits us. Number 2, 2-week lipstick challenge. People will comment and you're going to ride through it because that's part of the process. And you will start to see and learn like, oh my God, like this was my instinct. My instinct was to take it off. And oh, now I'm actually letting people see me. And oh my God, and now like you're going to realize, I know it's hidden by a face mask, well, but not when you're inside places or sitting at the table or sitting at your desk or whatever. So you're obviously getting the 2-week lipstick challenge at a time that's going to be even easier for you to do because you walk around with a mask on. But it's still going to be worth it. Your partner might say something. Your friends might say something. And this is about you just writing it out because it would be the same as when a guy comes to the office and he just say had a big beard before he went on holiday and then he came back and he's completely shaven and everyone would comment. Everyone would go, oh my God, look at you shaved your beard off, you look so different. It's exactly the same. We just suddenly feel like really self-conscious, but no one is going to comment on day 2 and day 3. And can you imagine if every single day for the last like however many years I've been wearing lipstick, someone goes, oh, look at you in red lipstick. No, now they just expect to see it. So it becomes a new norm and it pushes us out of that comfort zone and it enables us to be seen a little bit more clearly, right? Let's go back to tip number 2 to get out of Groundhog Day. This is a good one, is I want you to wear the thing you're saving or think is too much. Tell me in the chat box, those of you who are savers, who say things like, I can't wear that, it's too overdressed, or, it's too much, or no, I'm saving that for a party, or no, that's for good, or no, that's not, that's too good to wear for work, or whatever, right? Sharon, good. Linda, totally, I've been there. This is something that I have to work on all the time. I don't know what you're saving it for. What are you saving it for? When is best? Right? Like, when is best? You're not guaranteed tomorrow. We're not guaranteed that we are going to ever have the occasion to wear it. You don't want to like be on your deathbed and just be holding a dusty pair of amazing shoes that you never got to enjoy. Life is about enjoyment and enjoying the moment and creating memories. And we've literally just said that you've all got an outfit that made you feel amazing, yet you won't put it on for a random Tuesday because God forbid you actually feel really amazing on a random Tuesday. No, only weddings and interviews and presentations and like only special occasions do you get to feel and look good. What kind of BS is that when I say it like that? It just makes no sense, right? So my challenge to you is that this week you wear something that you're saving or something that you think is too much. That is my challenge to you. Get dressed up for you. Yeah, all dressed up and nowhere to go, but Sainsbury's, be the best dressed person in Sainsbury's. You know, it changes how you feel. There is so much research that proves that what we wear changes the way we feel inside of ourselves. So for example, there was one where they took a whole bunch of people, divided them into two groups. Everybody was given a white coat, and one group was told that they were wearing a doctor's coat, and the other group was told that they were wearing a painter's overall coat, and then they were given all of these tasks to do and these puzzles to do, and the group that was wearing the doctor's coat performed 50% less mistakes when they were doing all of those puzzles and challenges than the people wearing painter's overalls, because it changed how they felt about themselves. There was research around wearing t-shirts. They took a group of people, one given a plain t-shirt, one given a superhero t-shirt, and one wearing their own clothes, and they had to rank the how confident they were in different scenarios. And the group wearing the superhero t-shirts came up as like more confident in every single area than both of the other groups. What you wear changes how you are feeling and how you're showing up in the world. So I want you to wear the thing that you're saving or that you think is too much. I want you to go to your wardrobe and I want you to wear something that is in that 80% that you never wear. That is my challenge to you to get out of the comfort zone, out of the clothing rut, is I want you to go and find something in your wardrobe that is from that 80% that you never wear and wear it. And leading on to the next and third tip for you to get out of that comfort zone and out of the rut is I want you to choose one item, perhaps something that you hardly ever wear, and I want you to create 3 outfits from it. So if you take a look there, I'm wearing the same leather skirt, 3 completely different looks. So that is my third challenge to you to get out of your comfort zone. This is such a good exercise. When people join Image Made Easy, you come into the hive, and I do challenges all the time, and this is always one of the most popular challenges that I run inside that group, because it really helps for so many reasons. One is it helps you to get very creative about your wardrobe, to actually look at what you've got with new eyes. Number 2, it's so helpful because then when you do need to think of an outfit, you've already kind of put together different things so that you're not always wearing the same thing in the same way. One of the reasons that we get into this clothing rut is because our brains are habit machines. We are habit machines. Anything to create a habit. And so what our brain does is it goes, that top, those trousers, that top, that skirt, that dress, those shoes. You did it like that last time, just do it like that this time. It's like so quick to create a habit, even through what we wear, right? So this is going to just force you to look at your wardrobe in a different way and kind of create new looks. So there I've created 3. They're all dragonfly because I'm a dragonfly. So there's 3 dragonfly looks that I know immediately if I want to wear that skirt, I know exactly how to wear it. If I could fit into it, that would be amazing. This is Rita. So Rita got out of that comfort zone. She got out of wearing the same 20% all the time. She got out of hiding behind the baggy and the gray, which didn't suit her. She got into her dragonfly colors. She started to experience, she did the 2-week lipstick challenge. Oh my God, she was never a lipstick wearer before. And she started to sparkle. Within 3 months, she was promoted. And very soon after that, she was actually speaking from the stage for her business, representing women in business within her banking industry. And that was something that she never thought she'd be able to do. Because by changing the way that you dress, it does change the way that we feel on the inside. And it changes how people see us. So people started to see her because she was so sparkly and she was showing up and she looked so good and her confidence was changing and she was so visible that it changed everything. So don't underestimate the power of this. And now lastly, keeping an eye on the time, lastly, the 3-2-1 formula for instant style. And oh my God, so this comes from a bonus module inside Image Made Easy. This is something that people usually have to get Image Made Easy to learn, but I'm going to share it with you right now, and this will change your freaking life. I need you to tell me in the chat box, say wow when you hear this. This is going to change everything. If you follow the 3-2-1 formula, you will immediately take clothes and turn them into outfits. Instant. It is so easy. It does not take a lot of time, money, or energy to look good. It really does not. First of all, it's knowing what suits you. When you know what suits you, you're going to look amazing. Number two, it's this. It's literally just having this formula, okay? So here we go. Diane, love Diane. She came and used Image Made Easy because she was one of those people who would go to the shops and she would just like find it so frustrating, never know what the hell to buy. And she would look at stylish people and always think that they had some kind of secret. And, you know, she just didn't consider herself a stylish person. And she just didn't think that it was that she just wasn't like that. She just didn't know. She felt like a style reject. And I was like, I don't know how. And it's like hard. And she'd just go to the shops and just buy the same things again and again. And it was really frustrating for her. 3, 2, 1. She came to me. I was like, no, 3, 2, 1. There's no secret. Well, there is a secret. It's 3, 2, 1 formula. You remember I told you I was a lazy girl and I like things to be easy? This is how I developed this. So number 1, you need 3 items of clothing or accessories to make the outfit complete. And shoes don't count. So as an example, if you're wearing jeans and a t-shirt and boots, that's not an outfit. Those are just clothes. You need a third something to make it an outfit. Unless the shoes are like, whoo, no. If they're just like brown ankle boots, no. If they're just like white trainers, no. You need 3 or more outfits of clothing or accessories to make it an outfit. So jeans, a t-shirt, and a belt. Jeans, a t-shirt, and a waistcoat. Jeans, a t-shirt, and a blazer. Jeans, a t-shirt, and a big chunky necklace. Jeans, a t-shirt, and big earrings. Jeans, a t-shirt, and a scarf, right? Now it's an outfit. So there has to be at least 3 items for it to be an outfit. Otherwise, you just look like you're wearing clothes and you don't look polished. That's one of the secrets. Number 2 is you need 2 or more things that match each other. So for example, red and red. And I know it's my nails, but they count because they're so like, right? Red and red and red. So it pulls it together. So if your belt and your shoes match, or your necklace and your shoes are in like a similar color, or there's like one of the colors on your top and then you've got earrings the same, anything, as long as there's 2 things somewhere on your body that match. They don't have to be identical, but they pull together the look. So 3 things at least, 2 of them need to match or pull together. So it could be the same print. So for example, you could have a leopard print belt and leopard print pumps with just jeans and a t-shirt, and immediately you look polished and stylish versus just wearing jeans, t-shirt and the leopard print pumps. But the minute you put on that belt, which ties it together, immediately you look one and polished. And one of the things at least needs to be interesting. So it could be the color pops, so it could be the print is gorgeous, or it could be like a really interesting neckline, or it could be the fabric is like fluffy or whatever, right? So one thing just has to have some kind of interest to it. And as long as you just follow that, 3, 2, 1, you will look amazing. So here's some examples. Use Diane. So there we've got Diane. If she wasn't wearing that denim jacket, she still actually would have the 3, 2, 1, but the denim jacket just pulls it together. But you can see her shoes are this like cream, and it's exactly the same as her necklace, right? So even without, because those shoes aren't too boring, you know, these like sort of new cream sandals, they would sort of count, right? But because of the denim jacket, that 3, 2, 1, oh my God, look at her. Look how sparkly she is. She's a ladybug, by the way, in case you're wondering. So Diane is a total ladybug. She looks like so young, so sparkly, so fantastic in these outfits, still really professional. And here again, 3, 2, 1. So she's got the dress, she's got killer nude heels, but she's got this necklace and the bracelet and the earrings. They all are the same. So they kind of tie it together. So if she wasn't wearing that, then she wouldn't look as polished. So it's time for you to feel as beautiful. So here's just a few more examples. So yes, let me just talk to you about, so Image Made Easy. I cannot tell you guys exactly how to work out exactly what you are in such a short amount of time. That's why I wanted to give you some really tangible, practical things that you can implement. I want you to do the 2-week lipstick challenge. I want you to wear something that is in your wardrobe that you are saving, that you save for best, that you haven't worn, it's in that 80%. I want you to dress up randomly for no reason other than you just to feel amazing. And I want you to take an item of clothing and take a minute and find 3 different outfits that you can create with that outfit. It's going to make a huge difference. And follow the 3-2-1. No matter what your profile is, every single one of us, if you follow 3-2-1, it'll elevate your look completely. You look amazing. So you have these incredibly tangible things. And with this Image Made Easy profiling type, I want you to just know that you may not know exactly what, you may have an idea of what you look like, but it's not always objective. And so it's worth looking at which clothes do you get the most compliments in? Which are the ones that when you put them on, the attention is on you and not on the clothes. We don't need the clothes to wear you, you want to wear the clothes. So here are some examples, some more examples of people within their profile. Ladybug, before and after, dragonfly, before and after. You can see, oh my God, dragonflies do not wear leopard print. I cannot wear leopard print, it looks terrible on me. Here we've got a moth wearing such a busy print, and our honeybee. He was pregnant at the time, very sassy, yummy mummy over there. So how do you work out what you are? If you are interested, if you do want to know what your profile is, if you would like to have more support with it, then and you want more than just looking in your wardrobe and working out, okay, where do I get the most compliments? What makes the attention come to me? Let me try different fabrics and see what looks good on me. Then I'm inviting you to join Image Made Easy. So please visit imagemadeeasy.com. It's on sale right now. You will learn everything that you need to learn. You will learn how to work out what your facial profile is. You will also learn what your colors are. You get a whole list of your colors, your prints, your styles, your fabrics, makeup, hair, everything that you need. You get all the bonus modules around your body shape, more styles, trade secrets like my 3-2-1 method, how to detox your wardrobe, and how to build confidence. So that is available to you. You also get access to this private community, our hive, which is amazing, and it's fantastic. So I want to invite you to that. And if you have any questions, I think there's a question in the Q&A right now. We have a few minutes, so please feel free to ask me any questions about anything right now. I'm going to stop sharing so that you can see me. Does anyone have any questions? We have 5 minutes. Any questions about the way that your style, like anything that you want my help with? This has been fabulous. Thank you. Oh, you're so welcome. I just want everyone to feel their best every single day. Is the honeybee, so Image Made Easy, the way that it works is, and I know, and you have to see it to believe it. You saw the images, right? You've seen those before and afters that I just showed you. When you know what your facial profile is, so we look at your facial features, your facial coloring, and your facial character. So some have more circles, some have more stars, some have more parallel lines, some have more ovals, some have bright, intense coloring, some are more muted. When you put this together and you know what your profile is, you come with a set of rules. So each profile has rules to make it, so if you're not a rules person, this isn't for you. So each profile has a set of rules. Ladybugs, these are your colors, these are your prints, these are your styles, these are your shapes, everything. And it works on your body type, and it works no matter what your age, and it works whether you lose weight or put on weight, because your face does not change, right? Even when you lose a lot of weight or get older, the essence of your face will not change. And so it works no matter your age, no matter your weight. We give zero anythings about body shape, because if you follow your facial profile, the general guideline for the shapes of clothes absolutely works. Saying that, there is also a bonus module on body shapes. So I have included it because I know that we all have areas that we're conscious about. So if you've got bigger boobs or a bigger bum or a belly, or you're tall, short, whatever you're trying to do, there is a module that helps you with that. But the first and most important thing always is just knowing, okay, these are my colors, prints, and styles. So for example, I'm a dragonfly because of my face shape, my eye shape, my nose, everything, my coloring, my high contrast coloring. I'm a dragonfly. And that means that very busy prints, I don't actually even have anything in a busy print. So this is I want a shirt from my husband, who's a moth, because it works for men as well, by the way. When I wear very busy prints, it wears me. Do you see? I just don't look as good when I wear a busy print. All you see is the print, and you don't see me. I need a solid color, or just a stripe, or just a very simple print. But anything that is too busy and I look frumpy and it just does not suit me. So it tells you what your prints are. I'm a dragonfly. So I know what my rules are, and I just follow my rules. And then and then it's just because it just goes with what I like. I'm getting married later this year. Congratulations. Any tips on how to apply these tips for wedding or outfit style? Well, obviously, if you know what your image easy profile is, it would influence what kind of dress you would get. But generally, I would just say, your wedding is one of those moments where you're going to want to look back on those pictures and obviously feel so beautiful. And so look at what you feel your best in. And I would selfishly be thinking, all right, I want to be surrounded by colors that work for me. I want to have my bridesmaids in colors that either they all look really good in. So there's a few colors that kind of could go with everyone, or, just make sure everything looks as beautiful as it could look, Great, Lisa, I'm so happy to hear it. So yeah, so I would say if you know what your own colors are and your own style, what suits you, of course you're going to go for that. And then I think try and create it so that your bridesmaids, if you have any, are wearing things where they look their best, but it's within a theme of something that really suits you too. I'm not one of these people who wants my bridesmaids to look like shit so I look more beautiful. I want everything to look beautiful, but also be in alignment with what is going to work for me in terms of my flowers and things that I have to hold and stuff like that. If that makes sense, I don't know if that answers your question. How do I take this to the gym? Well, hello. The difference between a hot pink leggings and muted leggings or leopard print leggings, it applies to everything, literally everything. We have people in the hive who, bathing suits, their pajamas, their slippers, some people, now everything is within their profile. And other people, they only just take a little bit from it and they just apply a little bit. So it totally works for the gym too. Who doesn't want to look gorgeous at the gym? Are there any other questions? So visit Image Made Easy if you want more information. It's all there. And please do the challenges that I have set you. All the challenges, 2-week lipstick challenge, tag me on social media or DM me on LinkedIn. You can find me on LinkedIn. And tell me that you're wearing something you've been saving. Tell me you're wearing sequins to Sainsbury's. Tell me that you've taken an item of clothing and you have experimented with it and created 3 different looks. Tell me that you're doing the 3-2-1. Tag me, or share with me the DMs, and check out Image Made Easy. It is currently on sale. I would so love to welcome all of you into my community. If that sounds like something that you would like to know more about, it is there for you. It is so good. It's so simple, and I'd be happy to support you. But even if you just apply these tips that I've given you, you're going to see a massive difference. So don't say things. Don't stay in that rut. I want you to tap into that sassy feeling as often as possible. What is going to make me feel amazing? Because you're going to see so many things change in your life when you show up as your best. When you show up to your life shows up for you. So thank you so much for your time today. And I look so forward to hearing from you. And I look forward to hearing from you on any of the social medias or in my inbox or inside Image Made Easy. Brilliant. Thanks so much, Charlotte. Thanks, Giulietta. Thank you. Thanks, Ebony. Thank you, Bianca. Have a fantastic day. I hope you have an amazing week. Share your photos. Get dressed up. As someone said at the beginning of lockdown, I literally bought very inexpensive earrings because I was like, well, we're going to be on Zoom. So I just got a bunch of really statement earrings that suit my profile, suit me, but also just make a bit of a statement because it was just so much easier. So I could just throw on the earrings. Voila. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I hope to see you either on the social medias or in Image Made Easy or in my inbox with any questions or comments. Thanks, Laura. Thanks, Sharon. Thanks, Helen.